Hi everyone, it's Joanne. I'm coming to you today with a scrapbook layout for the YouTube sketch shop. In the description box below are my friends who also participate in this hop every month. It's the second Friday, so you can check that out. Be sure to visit everybody's link because they're all amazing, and the playlist is below also. So today I'm going to use this beautiful kit that I had to have from the Hip Kit Club. It's Vintage Memories. Look how pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to use that today, and the Hip Kit Club gave me a discount code and a link for you to follow to get that discount. It's in the description box below if you want to try it. It is a subscription kit, but you do not have to subscribe in order to purchase the kit. So if you don't want to subscribe, there's still 10% off in the description box below, okay? You can see from the sketch, I'm going to put it up in the corner now, and I'll probably leave it there so you can see it throughout the video. You can see on the sketch that there's hexagons, and Jessica picked out the sketch this month because she loves hexagons, so that's really cool. And the theme this month is my favorite, and my favorite is my family and my great niece, and also I have a picture of her and her mother baking together, so their favorite is being with each other. Hexagon dies, Hip Kit Club also. Those are older. I don't believe there's any left, so I'm not going to link those, but you can get hexagon nested dies anywheres really. So look at my photos. Aren't they perfect for this collection? I like blue and yellow together are complementary colors, so I definitely emphasize the yellow of her shirt here. My great niece, my niece-in-law. All right, so let's get going. So there's hexagons up here and hexagons down here. I'm going to follow the sketch almost exactly the way they have it, but not exactly, because everybody's tastes and everything are different. So sketches are designed to either copy them exactly or have them to inspire you. So it inspired me. I'm going to follow most of it, but the things that I have that I want to use, it's going to be a little bit off, okay? So I first started with this piece of pattern paper on the back. You can make that any size that you want to, but I made this in 11 by 8, in case you want to write that down. 11 by 8, and I left 2 inches here, 2 inches here, half inch, and I already adhered that down because I'm horrible at getting things straight, so I always do that ahead of time. I'm going to start up in this corner to make sure that I have room for the things that I want. All right, this was a gorgeous piece of paper from the kit right here. Isn't that pretty? And I fussy cut 2 huge floral clusters from it. This was on the side of the paper. I'm going to sneak this in here. I'm not sure exactly where right now because I'm just kind of using it as a jumping point for how I want to do this. Or I could do this one. Let me see which one I want. I just don't want it to go off the page. I don't want to like cut that. No, that's not good. It's going to have to be this one. So let's see how far in we're going to tuck this so it doesn't go off the page and I don't have to cut it, because again, I don't like doing that. I want to use it, you know. All right, I'm going to put that for now. I have to get my placement before I put these photos down, so I'm going to start with my hexagons. So on the sketch there's 10 hexagons, but of course you can use as many or as little as you want. They have them like this, and then they had a piece of ephemera and a couple more. I'm not going to do that. I'm thinking I'm going to put the corner of the hexagon up against the corner of the photo here like that, and then go from there. I think I like it that way. So coming off the pattern paper in the background a little bit will be really nice. And I'm not going to make those perfect right now because I can fuss with hexagons for hours, trust me. So I'm going to put 4 up here and then 6 down here. So I'm going to use 10 hexagons just in a different manner. So let's see how we can get this one in there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, like this. All right, so then I have a solid cardstock on the bottom, and then I cut it from one of the pattern papers that was super cool. All right, let's try that. Have it go over things a little bit, which I think is kind of cool. And then I think I'll have this one up here. Maybe I'll switch one of those out because see how those two are almost the same? But not really. No, they've got different patterns. That'll be fine. I was just thinking I would change it up, but no. Then I'm going to put like a butterfly over here, which is also fussy cut from one of the pattern papers. Right here. Beautiful. I put foam squares on the top wing, so there's dimension there. And then I put honeybee stamp gems in the middle. They're very, very tiny with amazing adhesive, so you don't have to glue them. Probably put a butterfly up there somewhere. I'm not sure. Let me show you the super cool things from this kit that's still wet. Look at how cute. Looks like the top of, oops, fuzzy. Looks like the top of a notebook with a paper clip and that circle stamp and the word note. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to tuck this in underneath both of these. Fabric tags with the little eyelet grommet thing, whatever it's called, already comes with it in the gold. It's so pretty. I'm going to have this come up above this piece of paper here, and when I put my tags in, I don't want like half of this and half of that showing through that hole, so I'm going to make sure I go above this, and I want to be able to see a lot of it because look how gorgeous it is, right? And then I'm going to put this circle one right next to it, like coming over the top of this a little bit. Look at this piece of ephemera. It looks like it's cut with a paper clip and everything on there again. I'm going to put this in over here as a little something. And then fabric scallop, which is so pretty. I'm going to put it underneath this piece of paper up here. Little ATG or glue or something in there I gotta lift up, and then I will glue it back down so I can get that scallop in there. Isn't it pretty? Just for something. Then you can see on the top there's like a strip there. It can be a piece of paper, it could be a piece of ephemera. There's also a stitching effect on the bottom, so if you want to use that, you can. I had this piece of ephemera. It looks like a ruler. I'm going to tuck that in here just so you can see the numbers. I have another one of these I'm going to put over here somewhere. But let's get some other things in here first, like the hexagons, because the hexagons are going to determine where everything else goes. So like I said, I have 6 to go on the bottom here. We'll get these here. I have several that kind of look the same like these two, so I want to make sure this one and this one are away from each other. So perhaps we can, yeah, let's do that. We'll start like this, I think. Let me look first. Maybe this one needs to be straight. No, I want it like that. Yep. Okay. Oh, I'm using the one I didn't want to use. All right. So I'll put the corner of this against the corner of that and then start from there. All right, this one's got to go down here somewhere so they're not next to each other, these two. So at least there's at least one in between them. So I'm thinking that, not sure, hold on. This is gonna go in probably like this. I'm not gonna glue that yet because look at this piece of ephemera. Remember those envelopes with the tie on it? Like I think Pink Fresh did them originally, maybe. A lot of people are doing them, but it's just a piece of ephemera to look like that. So I said, let's stick that in there just because I think it's cute and just adds a little something extra. Let's try this one. that's cute. Let me get it in where I want it though, so they're lined up properly and it's flush against this piece of paper, because that way I don't know it's straight. Then I also have this fabric scallop, which I'm going to put underneath, but before I glue those hexagons in where they need to go, I was thinking, I don't have to do this, but I was thinking of putting this circle in there. You got to put it this way because it's got space for journaling. Maybe I won't use that. I'm not sure. Maybe okay, if I move those over, let's see if I like that, and then putting this in underneath these. I definitely want that because I bring in some more of the pink down here, and it's so pretty. I can't even. I'm not sold on this. Okay, so we definitely can't do that there. It has to be like this. Maybe I just don't need that. What about there? Let's put maybe a butterfly here, or one this way, and then this one going this way, and then here we can put the other two that I have. I have small and super tiny. Don't dislike that. Could also move this one over here. That might be better. And then put this bigger one over here with the smaller one this way. Oh my gosh, everything's sticking to my tweezers. Let's see if I like that. Yeah, it's kind of cute. I have a sentiment strip. It looks like it's torn on the top, which I love. It says, hey, there's a little teeny fly in here. Hanging out together is fun, which is perfect for photos of mother and daughter baking together. And I'm going to stick this right in here, making sure it's straight, making sure I can see the words. That's done. I also have this. Means so much. I'm thinking up here, maybe. I like it. I don't know. I have a bow. You can put it in the corner of this photo. That would look adorable. I picked up this pink and that yellow, and I think it's great, but then I saw this blue. And it's not exactly the same blue as like that blue and this lighter blue, but I put 3 right there, and I think it looks fabulous, don't you? And I think with that, my friends, we are done with this layout. I really like it. I love the collection. I love that sketch that Jessica picked out. I think it's super pretty. Okay, so everybody in this hop is linked below. I really hope that you visit everybody's channels and see what everybody does. You could take the same sketch with 10 different people and get completely different layouts with everybody's individual perspectives, and the collections always make everything look totally different. So there you go. I really like it a lot. I think this came out good. I love these colors too. So pretty. All right, my friends, thank you for visiting me. And again, everybody's linked below, and there's a playlist of all the sketches that we've all ever done before. So it's all below, and I do have a playlist of all my sketch hop videos too, so you can check those out. I hope you enjoyed this. I do appreciate you spending time with me, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.